Scorpio, welcome to your January 2025 general love reading. This is your girl, Mermaid Scales Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me here. This is a general love reading for the Sun, Moon, Rising Venus, and or any other strong placement for the sign of Scorpio. This is a general reading, so please keep that in mind. To only take what resonates with you and leave what doesn't for someone who needs to hear this message. Guys, can you believe it's 2025 almost? It's crazy to me. I feel like this year flew by. So with this reading, I just want to tune into the energies in around your psychic field of someone that has romantic feelings or intentions towards you right now in this moment. Whether you are single or in a connection, whether you're currently in separation or talking to this person, I just want to know the energies around you so you could be prepared for what may to come in January 2025. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get this reading started. I'm first going to use my sound bowl here to clear, set the energy, and do a mini meditation with you guys. But if you just want to jump right on into the card pull to see what the cards have to say, check out the pinned comment below with all the timestamps. For those of you here with me now, thank you so much for joining me. It really does help me connect to your energy by doing this. So I'm going to ask everyone to take a deep breath in. I'm going to ring the sound bowl 3 times, and during that time, I just want you to open up your energy to ask the questions you may have in regards to your love life. If there is a certain someone, start thinking about them, and we'll see what Spirit has to say. So let's go ahead and take that deep breath in. And tune into the energy of Scorpio. I mean, all I saw and heard was orchid. And I saw like a beautiful purple pink orchid. And, you know, those colors to me is very much like high vibrational, like, you know, third eye, crown chakra. But maybe the orchid has a special meaning to you guys. And if you know the spiritual meaning of orchid, please comment it below and maybe what it could mean for love and romance, because I'm not that familiar in botany yet. I'm interested. I'll learn more, but I don't want to put the wrong idea out there if I'm kind of getting it wrong. But it felt very sensual, but spiritually sensual, I guess is the best way to kind of put what I was kind of touching into. So I'm really curious about this. And I just saw the letter S as in Sarah, as in Sean, first, middle, last initial can mean something to someone. But let's go ahead and see what this reading is going to be and how your love life is going to start to look in January 2025. So Spirit, tell me about the energies around Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising Venus for January 2025. Oh, wow. Okay, we have vows here. Someone wants to commit to you, Scorpio. Someone feels as if you are their one. You are the person that they feel at peace with, at like, I don't know, it feels peaceful energy. Maybe like in the past relationships, they dealt with people that were very dramatic, very chaotic, very unstable, very, you know, maybe wounded in some way, but you bring this like breath of fresh air. You bring this like grounding that someone feels as if you are the person they've been looking for. And maybe you are the person that kind of broke them out of a lot of karmic cycles of dealing with karma energies, toxic energies from the past. But there is someone, I don't know, maybe 2025 is a time where you guys may be in a committed, serious connection. January, as I'm doing this timeline, but time is fluid, just like energy is fluid. But honestly, it could even mean like a marriage proposal or an engagement proposal. Someone that really wants to take this further. Wow. Okay. Tell me more about this energy here. Someone could even have V as initial, first, middle, last. Or someone could even have initials tattooed onto them. I'm seeing here for some of you. Just confirmations, obviously. It's not for everyone. Okay, so then we have disappointed. And then delusion, defeated, let down. So you know what I kind of feel like someone... okay, so there's 2 sides here very, very clearly, and you're going to have to decipher which one you're in. I feel there was one that really thought that 2024 was going to be the year where, you know, something committed is settled, that they're going to find that one. And it didn't happen in 2024. So I feel like someone may feel like the opportunity was missed, or that they may have felt like they have to move on, that they're not going to step up. But with vows here, I think the person who may be disappointed is going to be very, very surprised to kind of see this turnaround. I mean, it's almost as if like you feel like you let go of the balloon, and then later on you see the balloon floating in the air kind of back to you. It kind of feels almost as if that way. But yeah, I think that this is something where someone really is worried about the timing, is worried if it's ever going to happen, and maybe felt like around the holidays was the time when this question would have been asked, and it didn't kind of really happen that way, or there could have been changed schedules around the holiday season that really disappointed someone. But I don't think that's an indicator of how someone feels about you. It's just timing. That's how I kind of felt for December 2024. That had to kind of get through and get out of the way so it could be perfectly set up for January 2025. Tell me more. Ooh, God, your cards are coming out fast, Scorpio. So we have, you are the only one who can make me feel this way. Yeah, so that's what they're really, really understanding. And maybe even for some of you guys, if there was disappointment around like, you know, a breakup or like a break or a fight or some sort of, you know, tension between the two of you, I think maybe it took that separation or that like step back to really understand and realize that, you know, you're the only one that they feel at peace with, happy with, that they feel like they could really bond with. And again, it feels like they connect you in a soul level, a spiritual level. And it's a lot deeper than the other connections they had in the past. And not to say it wasn't very deep, but it definitely wasn't as deep as your connection, Scorpio. So they're kind of really realizing that they hope they didn't miss the opportunity. They hope that they didn't blow their chance with you, because I think they're going to prepare themselves to do something, you know, very drastic or very out of the box, very unexpected for you guys in January 2025, especially those of you that felt disappointed with how maybe the last few months of 2024 went between the two of you. But let's go ahead and pull the tarot and get deeper into this. So with the tarot, I'm going to ask, how do they feel about you? What do they think about you? What do they like about you? What do they not like about you? What do they like about the connection they have with you currently? And what do they not like about it? And what are their highest hopes and deepest fears in regards to this connection with you, Scorpio? What are they really hoping is going to happen and unfold between the two of you? And what are they afraid of? Yeah, okay. So I'm definitely sensing that there was something that happened in December, maybe even November, that caused you guys to kind of separate, or at least like, you know, stop talking to one another, take a break from one another. But man, if they initiated that, they really quickly realized that that was the wrong choice. And they're really, really afraid if they initiated that, if that means it's really over and final between the two of you. Because they definitely don't want it to be now. But look at this. I see 6, 7, 8. So there's definitely some sort of progression here, the evolution of their, you know, feelings towards you and wanting to take action towards you. There's some sort of progression that they want to have with you, despite even if it's been some time since they talked to you, or since, you know, there's been tension here between the two of you. But there's also 2 10s, 10, 10, beautiful. Some cycles wrapping up in their life. Some cycle is really closing out, and it could have been a fear of commitment. It could have been a fear of, you know, vulnerability, definitely. That they may have like sabotaged this and realizing that that was the biggest mistake they could have done. And maybe that was a trait of theirs before, right? It's just to sabotage something because they don't want to get disappointed. They don't want to get hurt, but they did it with the wrong person. And they figured out very quickly here. Not that like you're doing anything vengeful, but it's like, damn, like it's hitting different with Scorpio. It really is. But yeah, with the Queen of Cups and what they don't like about this connection, they definitely have issues with emotional availability, emotional expression, emotional vulnerability, that you kind of make them in this place where they feel like they have to share it, or that they're in a very vulnerable spot with you with their feelings. But man, 3 10s here. So your birthday could be November 10th, or you could be a cusper with November 20th or October 20th. But 3 10s in the World card, there's something that is meant to kind of just expand, go beyond, and wrap up. But, you know, I think they're really hoping it's not too late. that's the only question that really weighs heavily on their mind, especially if it's been some time since you guys spoke. Maybe even October 10th or around that date there. But let's go ahead and get into it. So bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Wands, Leo energy, and there's also two sixes. So your birthday could be November 6th, November 16th, or October 26th. But yeah, I feel as if, wow, you caught their eye the first time they met you. You were definitely someone that there could have been a lot of people around. So I don't know if you met at like, you know, going out at a bar, getting a number, maybe even online social media, your profile really stuck out to them. And so they wanted to DM you. But if that was the case when they met you face to face, you were even better looking than you were in the photos, and they were kind of taken back. They kind of really did feel like, damn, Scorpio's giving me a chance. They're fine. They're sexy, you know, and definitely they kind of had a little bit of an ego boost for the fact that you gave them any time, or the fact that you were so interested in them. Some of you could be dealing with the Leo, or someone could have strong Leo in their chart, I'm feeling here. But yeah, with the Six of Wands, I think they definitely had a good time with you. They definitely like to show you off. They kind of viewed you as a little bit of arm candy. And I think, again, like their friends, family members may have complimented that you were a really cool person, definitely very attractive person. And I think for a while that was a part that kind of wanted them to keep this going. But again, maybe that's how they were used to viewing connections before meeting you, because you're Scorpio, you're water, you go deep. And so I think like you were the first person that kind of inspired more of a deeper connection that they kind of weren't prepared for, but somehow like that seed really sunk in to the depth of their consciousness or subconsciousness to kind of form something deeper here. Someone may have a lower back tattoo, or there's like some sort of birthmark or dimples around someone's lower backside, maybe a tattoo around there or a birthmark. Anyway, let's get into it. So how they feel right now is the Ten of Swords. Yeah, Gemini energy. So yeah, they may have really feel like they messed it up, they blew it, or, you know, they didn't do something that made you kind of quit out on it. I do feel if they've been kind of noticing since you guys last spoken or talked, if you are going out or if you are hanging out with certain people, it really bums them out. They get FOMO. They wish they could be with you, hanging out with you. But it's like, I'm hearing, what have I done? Is that kind of thing. And so they are really kind of, their heart is upset with their, you know, mind with trying to take the logical route of being like, oh, you know, maybe this is too deep for me. Maybe this is too intense. I think the heart is hurting very much over the mind's need to, you know, stay in control, to not take things deeper or further, because I think that's what their heart has kind of been craving for some time, is that type of depth that you have provided in their life, Scorpio. So with this Ten of Swords, yeah, I think there's definite regrets. There's definite feelings of like, I may have just ruined this forever. That is really weighing heavy on them. And I think if it even started out a bit superficial at first, it's definitely evolved to something different now, because with the impact that this has had through, you know, you guys not talking anymore or hooking up anymore, linking up or dating anymore, they may have felt like they messed it up with the one that could have been it, you know. But let's go ahead and clarify this Ten of Swords. I kind of want to know a bit more specific what could have led to this ending, and we'll see if Spirit tells us. Sometimes Spirit just doesn't want to spill the tea, but I'll try anyway. The Hangman, yeah, okay, Pisces energy. I think what made someone the most frustrated was inaction. And I think someone was kind of just using the excuse of not the right time, or, you know, I have this going on, this is out of my hands, when really I think the other person felt like, actually, you do have control over this. You do have a say over this. If, you know, whatever they were using as an excuse didn't really seem like a viable reason as to why they were keeping this stuck or keeping this in limbo. They do feel very lonely. They definitely feel very lonely without you. And I don't think they've been going out as much. I think everyone's noticed their like little dark storm cloud around them since you've been gone, Scorpio. They want to be left alone too. They don't want to talk about what happened with you. Damn. bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Pentacles. So this is Earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy with Page. I always like to point out this could be someone younger than you. Doesn't have to be the case, but I think they, like, in their own way, maybe around the holiday time, like, tried to kind of get your attention, or tried to, you know, make a first move that they thought would be the start of, you know, mending the two of you, but they felt like that went ignored, or they felt like that got denied, or they didn't have, you know, the guts to really go out and do it. Maybe like send that message or say, oh, what are you up to? Or you were in town, like we should get drinks, we should get dinner, blah, blah, blah. And maybe you left it on red, or they just didn't do it at all. They didn't take that extra step. But what they think about you is the Six of Cups. Scorpio energy. Some of you could possibly be dealing with another Scorpio, or someone with strong Scorpio in their chart. They're reminiscing. This is in their mental space. And again, like, I think their heart is putting a lot of pressure on them, their heart space, their heart chakra, their wounded heart chakra, on, you know, what you guys had. And it's kind of like replaying in their minds over and over again. The sweetest times, the times where they felt that this was going deeper with you. I think that they still have a picture of you, that they still keep on their phone, of the two of you. It's like a selfie of the two of you. And, you're both smiling, I'm seeing. It could be like on a street or by a canal. I know this is so specific, but it's for someone out there, and if it's not, bear with me. But I feel just, yeah, that reminiscence of going back to where things were good, where they felt the happiest with you. And again, maybe it took them a bit to realize that this is deeper than just Six of Wands. Oh, they make me feel good, they make me feel confident, they make me feel sexy. But more so, like, I had something very real here, very deep here. And yeah, by far in someone's like history of dating, you've been sticking out the most, especially like post breakup or post separation. What they like the most about you is the Eight of Cups. Pisces energy. Some of you could have Pisces rising or Pisces moon, does not have to be the case. But to me, this is very much like you are not with you have very strong emotional boundaries. So if you feel like you are going unappreciated, or if you feel like someone isn't meeting you in the way that you're bringing yourself out there, you're putting your heart out there, and it's not being matched, you, as hard as it is, you will still walk away, because you're very good at sensing when someone's ready and when someone's not. And despite that like seed that's planted, or despite that emotional psychic anchor you guys kind of develop with other people, like, you know, if there's just some sort of emotional growth or vibrance difference that is just going to be take too long, or not be in the right time for you. And I think that that's where you kind of had to sit and say, you know what, yeah, this is where I have to start letting go, whether they walked away from you or you walked away from them. I think you kind of made it very clear that you can't just, you know, keep me hanging, keep me lingering, keep me waiting. If you don't make a decision, I will. And again, even if they did do it, they saw how quick you moved away from it, how quick you seemed to kind of get over it or detach from it. And for them to like that the most about you, it feels as if, like, again, you are someone to be respected. You are someone that takes yourself seriously, that holds your love in such a high condition that there is some sort of growth or respect or longing for that type of person that owns their power like that, especially with their emotions and feelings. But what they don't like about you is the Seven of Wands. Leo energy again. So yeah, so with the Page of Pentacles, with what we were kind of clarifying with the Ten of Swords and the Hangman, definitely you have a guard up. Definitely I feel and wonder if like you've ignored them, you have like blatantly shut them down in that sense since like the separation. Maybe you blocked them on social media, maybe you blocked their number, and they can tell that you're still angry or that you're still pissed, and they don't know how long this chip on your shoulder is going to last. They're afraid it's going to stay that way. So with the Seven of Wands, they may even feel like you've been talking negatively about them behind the back, and been telling people kind of like what you've dealt with them, which is fair. I mean, you definitely, I don't think that's a wrong thing you're doing, but maybe they get embarrassed by it. Maybe they feel like you're not telling the whole story. I don't know, but that for some of you guys is definitely what bothers them. But definitely for most of you, generally, this is some sort of guard that has been developed now that you are trying to protect yourself, protect your heart, and they feel it's been a hard wall to kind of tear down. Even if they haven't like tried to reach out to you, I think it's kind of still like trying to maintain that psychic connection. And you've been very good at kind of, you know, when the thoughts of them come up or when you feel their energy to kind of block it off or put it back over there. What they like the most about this connection is the Ten of Pentacles. Sorry, I have to censor for YouTube community guidelines. But Virgo energy. I think you really impress their close family members, their friends. And again, this could be part of the superficial side of them that, you know, whether you are very good looking or you are very accomplished or you are someone that has a lot of accolades, there's something that they felt like they got a trophy with you. They felt like they had something to show off with you, especially to their family members. I don't know if they had some pressure of finding the right one or getting married or settling down or something along those lines that they felt like you kind of fit their family's criteria in that sense. And maybe you really got along with their family, and that was important to them as well. Again, some of you guys may come from money, or have a lot of money from your own business, from your, you know, your own job. You could work in corporate or you have, you know, whatever means you made for your money, and they felt like financially secure with you. And that was something they did like. But again, I think for these things to come up is still a part of them that holds or wants to put these like priorities first, because to admit that they maybe lost something deeper would be a lot more for them to reflect and be in that pain of the Ten of Swords, if that makes sense to you guys. But also, I mean, this goes with vows, right? I think you're the first person they thought of being really, really serious with. And guys, I'm not kidding. I think they thought of marrying you. You know, it crossed their mind, but whether it was just a fantasy, a daydream, or something that they thought was going to happen, I think they took too long to get the wheels spinning here between the two of you. Maybe moving in together was like a conversation where you felt like they were dragging their feet in. They loved your body. They thought you had a really nice body. You took care of your body, whether that means you work out or you ate really well or tried to kind of, you know, have a holistic living type of thing. They thought it was working pretty good. But what they don't like about this connection is the Queen of Cups. Yep, Cancer energy. So this is where it gets, you know, a bit emotionally uncomfortable for them. I think you put them in a very tight space. And I think for them to not be used to expressing their emotions or expressing how they feel, getting in that circumstance is something that they kind of view it as hot water, you know, like, ooh, I can't touch that. I can't go there. It's uncomfortable. And so they resist it. When you were just trying to establish that there was something deeper there, that you would be there for them emotionally, that, you know, if there's anything that you were misunderstanding or wanted to know better, to bring it up so you guys can have a better emotional understanding of you two. But if that's not so much the case, then it's definitely without a doubt that you have been, you know, someone that has hit their heart space very strongly. And whether that was something that made them uncomfortable or, again, it was just something that reminded them of what they've lost. Now that, like, they think of you and heart chakra gets activated, they start to have those memories. They hate that they've messed this up with you, and they're really, really afraid there is no fixing this, no matter how much time goes by. Because I can tell Scorpio, if they were to, for what they think and perceive right now, if they were to have another chance, they would do what they can to make this work. But I think they're also waiting for you to kind of give that chance, even though you may feel like that's on them, you know? So that could be definitely what's like prolonging this. Highest hopes is the Ten of Wands. Sagittarius energy. So I do feel they want this cycle of like frustration of, you know, the pressure of knowing if this is going to work or not work, the, you know, tension to kind of dissolve between the two of you. Now, what's interesting about this artistic interpretation of the card here, I can't bring it too close because YouTube, but, you know, it's like this man and this woman are kind of together reuniting. And through passion, they're kind of like putting down all of their, you know, emotional tension, and someone's choosing to carry the woman in the picture depicted. And so it's like, you know what, maybe I'm ready to put down all of my BS, whether that's the internal conflicts I had, you know, really start to do the healing, no longer hold, you know, fears or expectations or reasons even to kind of avoid this, but to really be there for Scorpio and to show Scorpio I have them in a way that I haven't been able to do before. And to put that effort in and to prove that is something that they really, really hope for between the two of you. But the deepest fears is the World card. Quite clearly, like, this has been a wrap for you, that you have moved on, that although, you know, you were disappointed, there is a lot that you have learned from this, have gained from this, and therefore, like, you're okay with shedding this. You're okay with letting this go. And you may be going out there doing a lot to kind of, you know, heal from this, whether you're traveling, whether you're trying new things, whether you're open to new connections, open to new friendships, been posting a lot on social media, how you are just, you know, thriving, or trying to at least. They're afraid that they won't be able to be with you during that process, that, you know, they're the last chapter in your book that you've read, written, and been done with. That's their biggest fear here. And to see that, you know, you could have been the one that they messed up with is just the constant reminder of what they would hurt from the most. All right, Scorpio. To see the likely outcome of this situation, what is likely to happen and unfold by the end of January? Are they going to do anything? Will they just hold it all back? Is there anything else I can tell you so with whatever happens, you make the best decision for yourself? Or to go ahead and take this to Vimeo for the extended reading. I'm going to overturn this card here to show you the likely outcome. I'm going to pull some more tarot oracle cards to just dive deeper into this whole situation. So if you guys still have questions, I promise they'll get answered in the extended reading. So if you'd like to join me for the extended reading, open up the description box of this video and you will find the link to Vimeo, which will take you to the extended reading. But if this is where you depart, I really hope this resonated, Scorpio. I hope that this has given you a lot of confirmation about what may be going on in your love life that you just needed more clarity on. And if it has, please let me know. Drop a comment below, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe. I love you, Scorpio, very much. And I'll see you next time. Take care, Scorpio.